Yeah, we were talking in the gym the other day, King Mo and Dia Davis, and they were talking about they had heard that Floyd had been in the gym busting his sparring partners up already.
Oh, believe it.
Already. So I'm just like, so to me, I was like, you know what? To me, I think the timing actually is kind of bad for Connor.
Oh
You
my God.
know, if I was Connor, I would want to try to drag this thing
Who is
out till
Connor going to
next May.
bring in?
I know, like, who's he going to bring in to get prepared for in 2 months to
Who?
help him get prepared in 2 months?
Like, name me the person. I want to see this
I,
person. Bring him to me. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing. It's a kid named DeAndre Lattimore. They call him Bull Lattimore from St. Louis.
Mhm,
Was a prospect and he was on the rise, right? And he
mhm.
got this opportunity to go spar with Floyd Mayweather, the great Floyd Mayweather, in Las Vegas. Move his training camp. He moved himself there, right? You know what that person is? That
What's
person's
that?
a damn punching bag. That person's a sparring partner. He went out there, and
Hmm.
if, especially if you don't start getting the better of Floyd in the round. That round, the rounds are what he wants them to be. Yeah, they're 3 minute rounds. But if you want to go 7, if you want to go 10, if you want to go 12, you would have to stay in there and go the rounds how he wants to go. He can play, he can talk. It's whatever he wants to do. And man, he'll hurt you. Not just with power, just with you so fatigued you can't even hold your hands up. You miss
Yeah,
so many times, you forgot the basic techniques and fundamentals that you learned by your coach. And Connor has never been the nail. You know what I mean?
yeah.
We seen the first time he faced adversity when he got hit with a little shot and got the rear naked choke put on him. He's never been the nail. He's always been the hammer. He's always fought guys that were lesser strikers than him. This is going to be a true test. Let's see if
Yeah,
his actions and his mouth add up.
I think he gets embarrassed, man. I think Floyd comes out and for a round or two, doesn't throw a lot of punches, just establishes his defense to let Connor know that he can't touch him. And then I think once he starts touching Connor starts lunging in with that left hand. I think he gets lit up like a
And you
Christmas
know the
tree.
funny part? It don't even matter. We don't care. We
Yeah,
want
I
to be
know.
entertained.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
don't
care
care.
what the undercard is. Man, give me
Nope.
Connor and Floyd, and I will pay $80 to watch one fight.
I
And
know.
I'm not the only one that's willing to do that. So we're fans and listeners of the Morning Wood Show. We're breaking down the fight, just being real, because obviously, my man Dean's MMA Scouting Report.com. He will break you down to a molecule, and I'm on the Fox desk, so I have to do this for a living to make sure that I'm giving everybody an unbiased, fine tooth comb. We're breaking it down from that. But the fact about watching the fight and people are going to visit the fight and buying a pay per view for the fight, you will do it. I will do it because it's a moment in time. You can't just say, okay, I remember when. You either have to have seen it, have some record or knowledge of it, or have been there.
Now, Tyra, I've read something today that you said that Connor, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but you said Connor should box after this.
No, what I said was, I hate the internet.
Yeah.
You people just don't even do no research no more. Ain't nobody reading no newspaper. If something on the internet become the law, Wikipedia is the law. Like people don't do no testing for themselves. So I appreciate you, Dean, for asking me directly. What I said was, I think that after Conor McGregor fights Floyd Mayweather, it depends on the result. If he fights Floyd Mayweather and he wins, I believe there either going to be a rematch where he's now I'm the 18. You get this amount of money. I get that amount of money. I think that'll happen. Or if he loses, I think he could potentially come back and fight in MMA. But tell me what fight is going to entice him. What fight's going to be that magnitude after you came off fighting Floyd Mayweather? And he's not going to be hurting for money, so it's
No.
going to come down to a motivation thing. Is a Nate Diaz trilogy? Is that the next fight? You fought the dude twice. You went up and fought and won the belt. You went to go fight Floyd Mayweather. Now you're gonna come back and complete a trilogy? Like really? Like you're gonna
No,
fight
that's no.
me?
There's no way for
A very dangerous opponent for yourself. You're gonna fight Tony Ferguson or Habib, where they're not gonna partner with you on selling the fight. I mean, the only fight that I think makes sense is George St. Pierre, and we all know George St. Pierre. He playing everybody. I don't think a bone in his body want to fight. So,
Ain't that
my,
the truth?
yeah, my gut says that he's gonna go out here in victory. He's gonna fucking maybe rematch, or he's gonna maybe somebody else want to fight him. Maybe Errol Spencer, maybe freaking Canelo, maybe Gamir Khan, maybe Adrian Broner. Somebody's gonna start barking again. And if they bark and they start going 50 million plus, what person in their right mind wouldn't take up on that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I honestly I do see potential in boxing for him. If he wins, I see him riding away. You know what I'm saying? There's no
If
way he
he
comes back.
makes it 12 rounds and wins
Yeah,
3 or 4 rounds, in my mind, that's a victory.
that's a victory. Absolutely.
It's guys that have
Absolutely.
been in the sport their whole life that haven't been able to do that. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
Canelo, how many rounds did he even win? 4 rounds? Yeah,
I don't
I
think
don't
he
remember if
won.
he
I don't even
won
think
four
he won
rounds.
for. He might not
He
even
might have
won.
won 2 or 3 rounds. If he
Yeah.
goes in there, wins 4 rounds, and makes it 12, and looks fucking anywhere near that he's on that level or can survive or the mental toughness, he's gonna get a public hats off from me and many, many other fans across the world.
Oh yeah, I will take my hat off to him. But
A hundred percent.
I can see him, taking this fight, and if he loses and does at least he don't even have to win rounds, but a respectable job. I could see him coming back and fighting like Amir Khan or
I wouldn't even.
Adrian
Khan was
Broner
the
or
first
somebody.
one to call him out.
Yeah, I could see him coming back to fight Amir Khan.
Sure. And think about the purse difference. Like he was quote unquote, off the record, unofficially, maybe slated to fight George St. Pierre for tens of millions, 10, 15 million each. Big payday, biggest payday would have ever seen. It's reported that he made 3.5 million to show against Eddie Alvarez. We all know he probably made more. So you're talking about, middle millions to the tens of millions. Now we're talking about the upper tens of millions, 50, 60, 70, 80, maybe 100 million once you do the pay-per-view merchandising and his little pieces of whatever. Think about the endorsements alone. Watch companies, car companies, fine fashion companies. Everybody's going to come out to work. I couldn't see him leaving with less than $10 million in endorsements for this fight alone.
Man, that's so crazy, man. When you think about it, like this sport has come to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This sport has come to the point where there's an MMA guy, a poor MMA kid from Ireland, now in a position to fight, the one of the best boxers of all time, and he's going to probably make $10 million in endorsements alone.
Endorsements.
This is so crazy. This is what I'm saying about like his self belief, because like he, in a sense, kind of willed himself into this
Man, you
position.
got to give him credit, man. Like,
Yeah,
hey, I'm gonna be straight up. I can be real. I can tell you exactly what I think when I think, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Conor McGregor is a boss. I'm gonna
yeah,
be
man.
dead ass. He is a boss for what he's done. The ability to go and shake the industry that fast in 7 years. 7 years is all he's been in the UFC
Mhm.
for. And I could be wrong. It could be less. TJ, you can maybe help us out on that. But
But
he has came into this industry. He has shooken it up to a point where you crack the top of that soda, it's soda on everybody. He's done that. Now he's made himself so popular that Floyd Mayweather came out of retirement to fight this dude. Like, come on now, you gotta
yeah,
give credit.
yeah. I mean, he just willed himself into this position.
Yeah,
Like said, I'm going to do it. And obviously, he put, he did what he had to do as far as action wise, like knocking guys out and building his fan base and doing what he had to do. But it's just amazing how he could go
and it,
from
and it didn't start last week. It didn't start
no,
when he got to the UFC. You got to realize Conor McGregor. I don't even know this kid. I always call everybody a kid, but I don't even know Conor McGregor. But just looking at the results, I guarantee you, he stood in front of the mirror. He's planned this out. He scripted what he was going to say when he got to this point. He envisioned himself being a multiple division champion. He spoke these things into existence. Spiritually, they said you speak those things that are not as if they are so, or it's a power in the tongue. There's life and death in it. And some people say, hey, speak those things into the universe. Whatever you believe in, this kid's done that. There's no way he could achieve what he's done. There's no way that he can, quote unquote, predict or put himself in these killer win-win situations time and time again. He just got picked up by Beats. He was a monster energy drink athlete. He was on freaking Call of Duty as a character. All these things are coming to this kid because mentally, as you said, the self-belief and just willing himself into a position of success.
Conor McGregor's first amateur fight was 10 years ago.
When was his first fight in the UFC?
2011, I believe.
So it's perfect. Less than 7 years, 6 years.
So who did he fight? That was against Marcus Brimage, right?
Marcus Brimage.
My apologies. Sorry. Conor McGregor's first UFC fight, 2013.
2013.
4 years
So
in
I
UFC.
stand corrected. As a professional fighter, probably 2011. UFC, he's been there 2013. We're in 2017. 4 years later from his debut in the UFC, this kid has every person that watches anybody punching somebody in the face. They're talking about Conor. You can't mention boxing without Conor. You can't mention MMA without Conor. That's what's going on right now.
To really put it into perspective, 4 years ago the man was on welfare.
That's what I'm saying. Like, apparently, rumor has it that when
hey Conor, we squashed our beef right now, man. That's all I had to hear. We ain't got no more beef.
Yeah,
all the
when he
fans
fought
out
Marcus
here that
Griffin-
listen to the show, tweet it out. Me and Conor, we squashed. We ain't got no beef.
Yeah, man, that's what I heard when he fought Marcus Brimage. He was on welfare. I mean, this is crazy, man. To go from that and to just
He might get a tweet from
himself.
me.
He might get a what?
He might get a tweet from me today.
Yeah, man. He's definitely done well.
Jay,
And like,
he's the ambassador of Quan right now.
Yeah.
He's definitely done that right now.
yeah, he did his thing, man. So real quick before we take a break, predictions. I know it's tough to say, but predictions? What do you predict happens in that fight?
I gotta, just with everything that's going into this, man, I gotta think Conor McGregor can make it 6 rounds. I just think after those 6 rounds, one person gonna go into a fight or flight mode. One person's gonna go on autopilot because they've been there so many times. We know that Conor is probably gonna be the fight or flight guy. I just don't know how he's gonna deal with that adversity. The first time he's seen that adversity, in my mind, was Nate Diaz. He saw a little bit in Chad Mendez, but then Chad Mendez started to fade on him. And outside of those 2 fights, like, have we really seen Conor McGregor see any adversity in the fight? So I think Floyd Mayweather wins. I don't think he has ability right now. I think Conor has a really hard chin. I think he's going to be at least skilled enough to make it 6 rounds. But I think after that, it's either going to be a complete takeover where Floyd takes the last 6 or he finds a way to stop Conor.
Hey, I got a question for you, Tyron. When you're in the gym and you're maybe doing just stand-up sparring or whatever, you ever get tagged, maybe get a little bit loopy, do you have to fight the urge to take someone down or get crazy? Because honestly, like, if
just take the L.
If Conor gets tagged and gets loopy, what are the odds that he accidentally throws like a high kick or something? Because
let me tell you this, okay? Conor McGregor. Now, I gave him a lot of praise, but now I got to give him the real honesty. Conor McGregor ain't been in the boxing gym like me. He hasn't went years and years of taking their lumps in wildcard boxing, sparring world champion guys where they're beating your ass and you want it out the round. Your coach pour water on your head, then you've seen him do that before.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, get back in there. Nope, you got to go back in there. He hasn't had that. Everybody worships him. Everybody tells him how great he is. He's sparring people that's going to make him look good. He's never been in that world. Michael Bisping was in wildcard boxing sparring Latif Coyote, and after he complained so much about people wrestling him, he went in for a double leg inside the boxing ring. It's a confirmed fact, verified blue check. So what I'm saying is comparable to me and maybe a Jorge Masvidal or maybe somebody else that's been in a real-ass boxing gym that's taken some real lumps and didn't quit and kept coming back, it's no comparison. So I'm never going to resort to that. I've been in there. I know how to box. I know how to take my lumps, and I also recognize if these guys got on the wrestling mat with me, they probably wouldn't stand a chance. If they got on a jiu-jitsu match with me, they wouldn't stand a chance. And the reason I'm in there is because I want to fight and spar with somebody better than me so I can raise my level up, not to go out there and just tune somebody up. I can do that in the MMA gym.
Do you think and TJ, I know where you're going with this. And a part of me thinks that this could happen too. A part of me thinks that Conor gets so frustrated that he's
going to overly clinch.
Yeah, he's going to clinch
round
clinch
6 through 12. If he makes it, we're going to see him clinch a lot. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
When you miss a lot and you don't have no answer, you just want to get that person close to you because they're doing too much. You want to calm them down, and you want to stop the rain from pouring down. You want to put the umbrella up.
So my prediction is this: I think that like I said, I think Floyd takes the first 2 rounds to just show his defensive dominance and not allow Conor to hit him and just frustrate him terribly and get him to start reaching and making mistakes. Then I think he stops him within the next 3 rounds after that. I think he stops him. I think he hits him so much that the ref is just like, all right, man, all right, kid, you've had enough. I don't know if he'll go down fully and be knocked out, but I think he'll drop him once or twice, and then the ref will just be like, hey, man, you're taking too much punishment. I have to stop.